and non-staff. So Wheel began rolling in 1993, and in 1995, currently Wheel has and manages 2 shelters. This is one of them. A remembrance project for homeless people, and other community organizing projects. In 1995, we started having yearly homeless women's forums. It was a public event for up to 250 people, where we talked about what we'd accomplished in the year and what we planned to accomplish, wanted to do in the next year. And every year of the forum, we would print a chapbook. We would collect writing from homeless and formerly homeless women in the community and put together a chapbook every year.
Beautiful.
And in 2008, a publisher who was impressed by our chapbooks, where did it
You
go?
gave them all to us.
Yeah, helped
Steve doesn't
us
need one. He
collect
can share.
and
I didn't
publish
even-
an actual book. Beloved Community, a Wheel Anthology. So in 2003, we had started a Women's Empowerment Center. It was a day activity of arts, education, and organizing. And there we, among other things, did writing workshops and poetry readings, poetry open mics, and we did, for a long time, our own newsletter. We called it The Occasional Times, and came out every other week, mostly. Mostly, that's why it was The Occasional Times. And the, earlier than that, in 2000, we started our first shelter, which started as a severe weather only, and then grew to winter long, and then grew to year round, and is now at Trinity Episcopal Church, just a few blocks away. I don't follow my pointer though, because my directions are totally missing. Is that direction? Rita says. And when COVID struck, the Trinity went to 24 hours, which was great, but had to cut capacity, which was not so great. And we began pushing for more shelter. And we got this place.
Oh.
First Press, and moved in here, and this is now our second shelter.
And we are all busting at the seams.
Yes, right now for various reasons. We also take, this place officially has 40 permanent residents, 24 hours a day, but takes overflow, nighttime only. Trinity has like 25 officially, takes overflow, nighttime only. And the overflow is just overflowing currently. We can go into a lot of reasons for that, but we are overflowing. To backtrack a bit, in 2000, we started a Woman in Black vigil whenever somebody homeless dies outside or by violence in King County. And after 3 years, that wasn't enough. We wanted a permanent public memorial for homeless people. And we started working on it. And it took 8 years of adventures in bureaucracy. Before.
Bureaucrazy, I call it.
Yeah, bureaucracy.
Which is very effective in a city that cares, and this city does.
And we now have a sculpture called the Tree of Life in Victor Steinbrook Park. I'm sorry that Victor Steinbrook Park is closed for renovations right now because it's a very important location to the indigenous people of Seattle and to homeless people, which is why homeless people voted that that be the location of the Tree of Life. And the Tree of Life has cut out leaves, and we have bronze leaves of remembrance on sidewalks all around the area that have names and dates on them. Hopefully we can show you some of those soon. So we started putting down the leaves in the summer of 2011. We put up the tree that fall in October. And today, anybody, Esther, you want to talk about what's going on today?
Oh. Hi, good morning, I'm Esther.
Morning.
So what we're noticing now is that there are more homeless on the street. Some may disagree, but it's not just low income or low earners. Basically, we're one check away from being homeless or being short, being behind on your bills. And that is affecting a lot more people. So you see grown adults, families moving back with their families, with their parents. And it's not just one child, it's like 2 families or 3 families living on the same roof now so they could make ends meet. And it's okay if there's families, but most of the single ones, I think they're bearing it by themselves. So there's more homelessness, and there's more suicides, and there's more drug use. So what do you do with these people? They're just laying there, they just go under the bridge to get cover for a night or from rain. But they need something more permanent. And I think it causes mental health issues, but now the state, the federal government, the state government, local authorities, they realize that something has to be done. Because whether they like it or not, the people that they thought were homeless are the poor ones. It's not just poor anymore. When you see a bank manager sitting under a bridge and saying, well, the economy closed and the bank said, well, we're gonna lay off people, and she was one paycheck away, or even if, it's not, it looks nice outside, but in reality, they're not able to make ends meet. And whether you like it or not, when the bank comes for their home, it's eviction. So I don't know if you heard, but basically that's what's causing it.
Yeah, and there was a story recently about evictions because we had a tragedy of a woman had a shootout when people tried to evict her, and ultimately she shot herself. And one note made in the story was that researchers found a lot of the same names on the list of people who have been evicted and the list of homeless people who died. Eviction kills, sweeps kill,
That part.
homelessness kills.
Yeah,
Without shelter, people die.
that's right.
And
Thank you.
so we keep pushing. We keep pushing. Which brings me to another bit of poetry by Cynthia Ozimek.
Nice.
This is the end of Buffalo Dreams. If anger propels us to action, then anger is good. If conflict forces cooperation, then conflict is good. If controversy impels understanding, then controversy is good. And if outrage provokes solution, then outrage is good. We apologize neither for our tactics nor our dreams. And we will act again and again until the mayor, the city, the police, and society understand that shelter is a right. It is not a privilege.
Oh,
out of the jungle, out of the alleys, out of the streets. We will not stop until every woman has a home.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that sounds good. Like I said,
Oh, wow.
that's our Cynthia.
Okay.
So I want to give a brief history
Oh, we're not supposed to.
of Wheels writing
No
efforts.
signing.
Yeah, so you have the chapbooks from Homeless Women's Forums, the writing workshops at the Women's Empowerment Center. Currently, the Women's Empowerment Center isn't going on, but we have empowerment activities at our shelters. I did writing workshops at Trinity for a while, and then my regulars moved on, which is a good thing, right? And I started having writing workshops here. Colette, do you want to say anything about the writing? You know, you've participated and written some great stuff. You want to say something about what writing workshops meant for you?
Well, what's interesting about it is to be